Some of the most valuable templates in my brand new book, the Caveman Millions Playbook, which just came out. You can buy your digital ebook copy at cavemanmillions.com. The link is below. A handful of the most valuable templates, as far as I'm concerned, are the employee help wanted templates. I mean, what's the most troubling, the most stressful, the most expensive thing in business today? I used to have 23 employees. I've had 4 employees. I've had 7 employees. I've had 23 employees. The most expensive and the thing that used to keep me up the most at night was hiring good people. How to attract, hire, and maintain outstanding team members. It's a problem, and it's worse in 2024. So there's a handful of emails that I used in all my businesses, the barbershop, the insurance company, the hockey team. I even used them to get volunteers for fundraisers, the Rotary Club, the food bank. And you can plug and play these babies. And anytime you have a hiring situation where you need to hire and attract a solid person, then these are going to get the job done for you. It'll repel 99% of people. I have to be candid about that. And you're going to end up with about 1% of the people that can follow direction, can read, are coachable. The only kind of people that you want anywhere near your business. So it brings me to the story. My daughter and I we're by ourselves this week in Naples. My wife Krista had to return home to attend a funeral. So Krista is out of the country for a week. So it's daddy-daughter week. And one of the things, the highlights of this week, my daughter loves Five Guys. She absolutely loves Five Guys. She loves their hamburgers. She loves their French fries. She loves Five Guys. So she said, when mommy's away, can we go to Five Guys? And I'm like, of course we can. I'm a Five Guys guy too. So we're in there yesterday and we order, the bacon double cheeseburger, whatever. And I have to say, I literally ran into one of the most outstanding receptionists, order takers, whatever you want to call her. She could be an executive assistant. She could be an assistant manager. She could be a person on the phones. She could be any of those things. But I ran into the queen yesterday. I mean, you want to talk about a winner. Like, you run into those fast food joints, and usually the person on the till is standing there. They're on their phone. They got an earbud in. Mentally, they're somewhere else. They're just grinding it out, right? Bottom of the bucket performance. So I walk up to and she's brand new there. She seems like a new person. And we walk up, Emery and I give her an A. I don't give A's, but I give her an A. You want to talk about using a script? You want to talk about upselling? You want to talk about attitude? This girl had it all. And she was about, I'm guessing, 35. She was an absolute stud. And here's the thing. She's probably the lowest paid person in the joint. She's, if she wasn't taking money, she was helping out in the back. But to me, I'm a recruiter. I'm always recruiting. I haven't coached hockey in 6 years. I've never stopped recruiting. I haven't hired people in 2 years. I've never stopped recruiting. My antenna is always up looking for great people. And the fact of the matter is, it may be difficult today, but there's great people everywhere. There's great people everywhere. If you're not some cell phone junkie who's got his eyes down all the time, but you're looking for great people. And when you see it, that's the ultimate job interview. I wouldn't even need to interview that girl to add her to my team at any level. She could be my receptionist. She could run my agency. She could answer the phones. She could run my email list because she's 100% coachable. But the job interview was already done. I don't have to put an ad on Book of Faces, or I don't have to, go on monster.com or indeed.com and get somebody else's problem. I don't have to do any of that. All I have to do is, she did it right for me. I'm like, wow, here she is at lunchtime. She's under pressure. I'm seeing her at her best when she should be at her worst. And I'm like, wow, attitude, number one. I always hire for attitude. Is she coachable? Yes. Number two, pleasant, smile, asking people. Does she follow the script? Is she stealing from the company by not being compliant? No. So she passed all the tests, every one of them. She makes people that walked up to that till feel better. She wasn't like, the $40,000 solar panel engineer that never showed up. I'm like, wow, that was a great experience, not to mention the cheeseburgers and stuff that are coming later. And I sat down, I talked to Emery about this. I said, listen, do you see that girl that waited on us? And she's like, yeah, I really like her. Boom. That's the kind of person you can attract. But you're not going to find them on monster.com. You're not going to find them on Indeed. You're not going to find them by haunting, Book of Faces. You got to be a recruiter. So if you're a small business owner like me, or an entrepreneur, or even if you're president of the Rotary Club, you always got to be on the lookout for great people. There's so many great people in America. There's so many great people in Canada. But if you're just buried in your phone, if you're just walking around like a zombie, like the 99%, you're never even going to notice. We're sitting there and, we walk in and smile and ask how she's doing, and we clean the tables and all that stuff. Like, it's just so important. But we were one of the only two people that walked up that was, actually mentally present. I watch guys walk up there and gals walk up there. They're on their phone. They're trying to order. And she's got to deal with these punch-drunk tomato cans, these walking zombies and drones. Don't be that person. Be the person who holds the door. Be the person who smiles. Be the person that gives a genuine compliment. Be the person that tips generously for outstanding service. And be the person who's always recruiting. Be the Nick Saban, be the Red Berenson of your industry. Whoever has the best players getting off the bus usually wins. So make sure in your company, whether it's one person or 3 people or 17 people, make sure you have the best players getting off the bus. And to have the best players getting off the bus, you just got to have the antenna up all the time. Every day I'm running into people at Dunkin' Donuts, at the golf, at the driving range, any Einstein Bagels, the coffee house, wherever I go, 5 guys. I'm like, okay, there's 9 people that cannot work for me, but there's 1 or 2 that can. And that's how I attracted Leanne. That's how I attracted Linda. That's how I recruited Stephanie. And that's how I added and recruited and made Marc-Andre part of my world as a business partner. These people just don't fall in your lap. They don't knock on your door. Do you realize that? They don't knock on your door. So that girl's making, I don't know, $10 an hour, $15 an hour, whatever it is. And if I was in the hiring business, she would have my business card by now. I carry physical business cards when I'm recruiting. And I would say to her this simple line: if you're ever looking for a change in career, give me a call. I'd like to talk. Do you know I have like an 85% closing ratio on giving a business card to somebody and saying that? If you'd ever like a change in career, give me a call. They check out my website, they check out me online, whatever, offline. They see that I'm only partially a lunatic. Next thing you know, my phone rings in a few weeks or a few days or a year, and I got this rock star. to consider. And that's how, people say, Michael, how do you do it? How do you win hockey championships? Well, I have the best players and I have the best coaches. Michael, how do you set records in the insurance business when you never sold an insurance policy? I had the best people. And then, Michael, how in the hell are you 6 years consecutive number one in the barbershop business when you've never given a haircut? I hire the best people. I'm a massive recruiter. I'm a massive, massive recruiter. And all it is me getting in my truck every day, going and getting my coffee, going and getting my bagel, going and getting my bacon, picking up my daughter, whatever it is. I'm always looking for great people. And I'm happy to tell you, get this in your head. America and Canada is full of great people. Maybe they're 5% now, but I don't care. I'm like, there's 10 people that can't help me, and there's one that can. And that's my 5 guys story, and I'm sticking to it. Listen, if you want to slowly and gradually over time build an email list that'll feed you and your family to the day you're done on God's blue earth, all you have to do is grab a copy of my book. It's my brand new book. You pay whatever you want. $1, $15, $45, $99. I don't care. I trust you to be fair. It's a gentleman's agreement. I don't really care. It's a download. It doesn't cost me any money to produce it. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to, I have some ad budget and we put a lot of time into it. But other than that, so you pay what you want. If you think it's worth $15, pay $15. If you think it's worth $100, we'll pay $100. If you think it's worth $1, then pay $1. I don't care. But go to cavemanmillions.com and get your copy of it. It's the first and probably only digital book I ever do, because I would have had to charge $1,000 for this thing. It's a 200-page tome. Like, this is a door stopper if you print it off. I didn't know it. Mark told me yesterday, he says, this is the thud factor again. He says, this baby is 200 plus pages. So it's my top 100 email templates. You can use them any way you want. Just change the phone number in the email. But there's the help wanted ones in there, 2 or 3 of them, that'll really, really help you always have good people available. And if you're out recruiting, that's great. If you have to send an email to your list to hire a receptionist or a personal assistant or a Marc Andre or somebody like that, then all you have to do is use these email templates, and you're going to get a handful, not a bunch, a handful of prospects that are going to blow your mind. They're going to absolutely blow your mind. It's in the book, my Caveman Email Millions Playbook. It's brand new, it's out. You can get your copy, pay whatever you want, $1, $99, $50, I don't care. The more you pay, the more you'll pay attention at cavemanmillions.com. That's it. Like my pop said to me 2 days ago, son, remember, the best is yet to come. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that can change yours. The link is below for the new book. Be relentless.